Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. It is Big Cheds. I'm coming to you on a Sunday. It's December 18th, 2022. This is going to be a replay of the Twitter Spaces Ask Me Anything I did 3 days ago. It's going to go into the playlist here for Twitter Spaces. So I'm just going to be kind of hanging out here in the background. I'll put a chart up, so you have something to watch. But I'm just going to be hanging back and listening. So here we go. Let's get this thing started now. What up, fam? It's middle of December 2022. I'm happy to be live. Hopefully you are as well. I'm going to do a Twitter Spaces conversation. I'm just hanging out. There's no rules, no guarantees of how long this will go. I'm going to take a few minutes here, a few moments, even just to connect or to tag a couple tweets here. Just kind of resources to start the thread. It is Thursday night. Let's attach this, add that to the thread. I'm just hanging out. This will be one of the more casual Twitter Spaces conversations that I do. I'm celebrating a nice achievement. I'm just hanging out with you. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube at Cheds Trading. Brand new to trading. You want to go to playlist called Masterclass Webinars. What Masterclass technical analysis webinars is going to kind of help you get started. I'm the author of 3 published books. First one is My Battles with Cancer. Let me send that to you for free. Get me your email address. I'll send you that. I'm a cancer patient and caregiver. The author of Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. Catch that on Amazon. You can also find that on YouTube. I have a free version. I've got about a third of the book up there for free. I'm going to do some more parts of that soon. And I just published my third book, Trading Quotes, which is awesome. Only about 100 of you have bought it so far, but I'm very thankful for that. I'm really proud of it. It's Trading Quotes, all original work, 365 quotes, 1 quote a day, 365 quarterly review. If you are, you want to learn technical analysis on a professional level, you want to join Bitcoin Live. I've been doing videos there for almost 5 years. It's kind of crazy. I'm part of a world-class team. I'm with just like some unbelievable analysts and traders, Bob Lucas, Peter Brandt, Dean from See the Light, Axel Kaibar, Mark Dukas. It's kind of crazy, but check that out. But this is about me talking to you folks and taking your questions. This is a kind of an impromptu Twitter Spaces. I want to hear from you. There's a button in the bottom left where you can hit request to speak. This will eventually be uploaded to my YouTube page. I have 25 episodes so far. Usually it's about 2 hours. I don't think I'm going to go that long tonight. Just off, just being honest, but I really do want to hear from you and kind of see what everyone's thinking and feeling. You need to hit that button in the bottom left. That's going to allow me to hear from you. I want to touch base with you. This allows me to get a sense of what's going on with the community, to get kind of a feel about sentiment. But that's what this is all about. I see a couple return folks, Mish and Heath. Folks, hit that button. You can talk to me right now, one-on-one, and I want to hear what you have to say. Mish, why don't you go first, Mish? What's going on, dude? Bro.
Hey, good evening, Cheds. Nice to hear your voice.
Where are you in the world?
I'm currently in Los Angeles.
What's it like?
It's been pretty chilly. I moved out here 3 months ago, and it's caught me by surprise how cold it can get.
For where? Where are you from?
I'm originally from South Africa.
That's great. So it's colder in LA?
Yeah, it is. The winters are definitely chillier than what I'm used to.
Why don't you come to New England, man? We get our ass kicked up here.
In England?
In New England. It's brutal up here in New England, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut. We get our ass kicked up here.
I'm sure.
You get all 4 seasons, like, for real. Like, it's you get a sense of like, wow, okay, 4 seasons, I get it. I mean, you get it up here. Trust me.
Wow, I'd love that, honestly. I've never had snow, in my life. So
Really? Oh man,
yeah.
it's funny. When I was in college, I spent a year in Hawaii, and I was in New Year's Eve, and I was like, "Where's the snow?" Because I was used to it. So snow is no joke. Snow is no joke. So what's going on, brother? What can I do? I'm happy you joined. What can I do for you?
Hey, just want to catch up. Say thanks again for all the content you're putting out. I'm still figuring my way around TA and this game of trading.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I've been around since April 2021, and since then, I've gone through the ups and downs, the degenerate phase, everything, and now it's kind of like, after having taken a break from leverage for 3 or 2 months, I learned a lot about myself. And now I kind of just use it as a tool every now and then when I have strong conviction. But
TA or leverage? What are you using as a tool? What exactly? What do you mean?
both. I think they're both a tool. I just leverage is a tool that I use when I have strong conviction according to my
Yeah, I mean,
technical analysis.
you're the size of your position should be directly correlated to your conviction level. I mean, that's just pretty straightforward. So yeah, I mean, there you go. You want to take advantage of the best opportunities. So good,
Yeah.
good, good, good.
I had a question. This is also
Talk to me.
something that I've also recently been figuring out as I'm watching price action and getting those hours in. Is like I've always had the idea that everything's just going to follow Bitcoin or altcoins, but in recent time
Yeah,
I've learned to have greater respect for each asset's chart. And although everything generally tends to follow Bitcoin,
yeah,
altcoins tend to do their own thing. Some could be really well positioned for a squeeze to fill an imbalance or grab some stops. But I wanted to hear your opinion of when you're looking at a trade, particularly an altcoin. How do you
yeah.
position yourself in that trade according to what kind of strength Bitcoin is demonstrating? Because Bitcoin could,
Irrelevant.
hey,
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, right? Isn't it?
yeah,
Because like when you're trading, it's a great question, and again, it's good to see you. I think we've talked before.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure we talked before, and it's great to hear from you. I hope you're well and all that. You have to trade based on the four corners of the chart, right? I love Judge Judy, right? I'm a super fan. Have you ever seen Judge Judy? It's like a television show in the U.S.
never,
It's just this lady who's like for 25 years had just people come and argue with them about like, they paid rent, the landlord sued them, or like, boyfriend girlfriend break up and the boyfriend broke the TV. It's just, it's one of those like small claims court shows, and she's just so smart. And she talks about with like a contract, right? So let's say me and you make an agreement, and we make it's written in a contract, and like that's the law, right? Like what we agreed to. But then afterwards, me and you go have like a couple beers and we make a side deal, right? We go to the judge later and we're like, hey judge, we had this side deal. Judge is like, I don't care, bro. Like, show me the contract. It's the four corners, right? The four corners of that contract. Does that make sense? Like everything inside, see what I'm saying? Like the four corners.
mm,
And that's the thing. Same thing with the chart. Like, I don't care what Bitcoin's doing. I still have to place a trade based on Sol and whether Sol is holding support. I still have to trade based on BNB holding 260 or based on like whatever I'm doing. You have to avoid the urge to try to add in information outside of the four corners of the chart. Okay,
mm,
it's just so important. I know I'm a broken record, but it's like the truth I know. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta just do that. It's just, you have to eliminate variables. The only thing you can do is like focus on what you can control. And there's so much you can't control. And what you can control is the data input. And it has to be the data input from the chart in front of you. So I don't care what Bitcoin's doing if I'm trading, um, QLC or QNT or whatever link, whatever I'm trading. Like I want to trade the chart in front of me, not Bitcoin. If I'm trading Bitcoin, I'm trading Bitcoin. You see what I mean?
yeah, 100%. It's definitely something that's taken me a while to learn myself. Personally, for me, it's like I can be told something multiple times by someone, but I'm never going to learn it until I see it for myself. So what you've said definitely rings true to what I've found in my own experience in recent weeks.
Are you long
I,
here? Are you short in Bitcoin? What do you think?
I'm actually looking at a long on Solana.
Solana? I can't believe I said that. Did I read your mind or what?
Yeah, literally.
Bro, my family has mediums. Like, you go back 100 years, there are people who would like heal people with the hands. Like, I don't and levitate. I don't believe in that stuff, but I've got a sense of people. I've got a good feel for people. But I just tell you, soul, right? That's a trash chart. Like, what are we talking about? Don't even think about getting long unless you get above $15. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, yeah. No,
If you
I
get
was
above
just
15,
looking.
you have a thesis. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was just looking. I admired its strength against Bitcoin here for I think the past 6 or 8 hours. So I was just looking at it maybe running some stops and pushing up to grab the equal highs around 14.9.
Sure. I mean, that's a small channel trade. I mean, that's not even worth us talking about, really. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you're
It's a
kind of
scalp.
micromanaging a trade. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What else you got? Everything is good. Everything is good.
Yeah, all good. I wanted to get your opinion on this. I mean, I've been looking at Bitcoin's high time frame picture
Yeah.
for months, like everyone else has for now.
Yeah.
And I noticed,
17.4. Jesus. Okay.
yeah, it's crazy. And it's
Wow.
it's quite sad that we haven't seen the fast drop like we all anticipated. But
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
no, I mean, like we saw the pump from, I think, at the start of the cycle's bull market from 10K up to 20K was just so fast that it
Sure.
created such a gap. And
Uh-huh.
as we all watch this bear market get going, I kind of feel like most of us anticipated the price to fall like melt like butter through that area, but it's kind of just
Through the
gradually.
10K?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
been, look at the chart. I mean, look at the chart. Think about how price consolidates, right? And you think about a trend and so I've talked to you before. And so what's the difference between a healthy trend and unhealthy trend, right? Like, a healthy trend will pause and consolidate and then continue,
yeah,
right? And like, Bitcoin's done that on the way down. Like, any bounce has
true.
a lot of work to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's true. I wanted to hear your opinion. In my own experience, I've noticed that just looking at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, that impulse from September 2020, the start of September, it almost seems like it, in my eyes, looks like it's a magnet, and it just looks like Bitcoin is heading down there to almost not set a lower low, but grab whatever stops could be under there from 9K leading up to 9.7K. I just feel like it's inevitable that price tags that region. And I wanted to get your opinion on that because
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people
Hmm.
calling for bottoms being 10 to 12 or
Sure.
14 to 16.
Yep.
But I do find that I'm seeing a lot of people dismissing, any other potential possibility of something like sub 10K. And it seems like very few people have a plan for that area.
Yep.
So I kind of feel like it would catch a lot of people off guard and honestly maybe be the best spot for a bottom.
All right. Well,
Also
it's
with
good.
that sub 10K
Hmm.
psychology shakeout.
It's good. Great to hear from you, man. I'm gonna address it. I'm gonna drop you a speaker, but I'm really glad we talked, and I know I'll see you next time. Okay.
Okay.
Cheers, brother. So, look, 12K is like the top of a demand or supply zone, 12 to 10K, and I'm personally gonna start buying as we get closer to 12K. I have no Bitcoin right now, which is okay. I'm ready for when the trend turns around, I'll jump on board. But I've been waiting for 12K. If we get below 12K, I'm selling everything. If we get below 10K, I'm selling everything I bought at 12K. Like, I don't want to see the 10K support hold. And really, the best case for Bitcoin would be to sweep below 12K and kind of base in that 10 to 12K zone. But we'll see if that happens. Um, uh, Nobody knows where the bottom is. We'll have to see, when it comes. But there's certainly a major demand zone in 10 to 12K area that I'm watching, and I personally will be a participant in. Let's go with Heath. It's great. Thanks for being patient, Heath. Heath Cliff. And by the way, everyone listening, thank you so much. What's up, Heath, man? What's up,
Hey,
bro?
Chads, what's going on, man? Long time
Talk to me.
fan here.
I know you. I know you.
Yeah. Been lurking. We've had some political debates in the
Have
background
we?
and
Have
support.
we? I hate politics.
Yeah, I know,
It's
I
so
know, I know.
stupid.
I
I
was
like policy, but politics is so stupid. It's like
so
divide
stupid, but
everyone in two camps. That's not how life is.
yeah. But it was always fun. It was always good banter. So
So
just
talk
wanted
to
to
me.
give you
I'm fond. I'm happy to see you. What's up?
yeah, man. Just good luck. I mean, super happy that you made it to your 5 years cancer free, man.
Thanks,
I think
dude.
that's the
It's
most important
sick.
thing. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. I handed him another book. I've handed this guy 3 books and been like, "What's up now?"
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
It's I'm feeling good, man. I mean, this year's been kind of rough for me. I'm a kind of
Yeah.
like an old school BTC hodler, right? Never got
All
into
right.
trading until I kind of stumbled upon you, Joey Saz, and Big Chonis back in the day when you
Taz
guys
is
did
my boy,
YouTube.
and Jonas is a great friend.
Yeah. So I kind of got, started doing a little bit of trading, completely got wrecked. So now I'm back to just hodling and,
Yeah,
kind of stacking my Bitcoin. Quick question. So you said
go
you
for
would
it.
sell all your Bitcoin, but I know that you mentioned.
Below 10, because it's a very easy like binary level. Like, because I could see if we break 10, I could see us ranging below 10 for 2 or 3 years, and that's But
Now,
anyway,
does this
answer your question.
include your? Because I know you've mentioned that you kind of, set some Bitcoin away, like hard
No, that's
wallet.
all sold. I sold all my Bitcoin above 40K.
Okay,
Zero. I'm
gotcha.
not gonna hold. I can't. Like, I believe
Mm,
I'm a super Bitcoin maxi. I mean, you know me. Like, am I not a
yeah,
Bitcoin maxi?
yeah, no,
But I'm a
yeah,
trend maxi. Like, I can't hold when it lost support. It just hurt me. I had to sell it. You
gotcha.
know.
Okay, cool.
So
So
I'm
I see
tough.
that. Quick,
Yeah,
just regarding the chart right now, right? I was looking at it
yeah,
like an hour ago. We got this throwback going around.
yeah. I don't know. I'm looking for opportunistic long here, like 17K and above. I mean, throwback, low time frame.
And I guess from my own education, right?
Yeah.
I kind of have troubles like setting an appropriate stop loss. Sometimes like the
Ah,
candles melt through these like congested areas. So like
yes,
I was thinking about
yes.
dipping around 17,400
Avoid a
around that area.
congested area. Start with the most well defined area on the chart.
Okay.
Like you have the ability to pick a chart and look at it and say, I don't want to play this. It's not well defined. It's not
Mm,
clean. Like, you have the ability. And I'm reading a great book by Annie Duke, and I'm trying. I'm researching. I'm trying to get better. I'm enjoying what I do. I want to get better, and be a better teacher, be a better trader, everything. And so but you have pick and choose, man. Like, not good enough. Like Gordon, I'm watching Hell's Kitchen on like, I just discovered it. There's 20 seasons, and it's unbelievable. And like, he doesn't let food get like served unless it passes a threshold, right?
mm.
And like, that's the threshold as a trader. Wait for a better trade to come around. Like, you don't want why make it hard on yourself?
Right. No
Just
rush,
wait.
no rush.
More in
More,
crypto, bro. There's like a million things. So
yeah.
let the price define for you a really clean level, and then it's easier for you to structure a trade. I'm bullish above, I'm bearish below. I took a long at 18.2 and I got stopped out at 18K. All
Mm,
right. And that's where I'm
yeah,
at right now. Full disclosure, right? I was ready
yeah.
to go long because the price. Here's my thesis. Like, every trade is like, what's your thesis? My thesis is we're back in that 150-day range, representing kind of a false breakdown, right? And I give myself a little bit of a room. I mean, I lose 200 versus 18K, but give a little bit of wiggle room. So you have to give a little bit of room for error with a well-defined thesis, and you have to be stubborn with your stop loss. Just take the loss.
Yeah.
Just take it. Like, jump back into good momentum. Like, bro, I'm just telling you, all my biggest losses were stubborn. I just didn't want to sell, and they just grew, and it's the worst feeling.
Yeah, that's definitely been the hardest lesson. I definitely feel with that, right? Learning how to
Yes.
take those smaller losses and then just
Yes.
walking away from it. Cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro.
I thank you.
Look forward to talking to you in the future, man. Thanks.
Talk to you next time. All right. Let's go with I love you folks. Thanks for stepping up. Let's go with BT Diaz. What's cracking?
Hey, how's it going, Chaz? Nice to talk to you.
Hey, can I say hi to my homie Tom Dwan in the audience? He doesn't have to say anything, but I see my boy out there. What's up, BTD? What's going on?
All good, man. My question is my first time up here, so it'll probably be a simple question. I'm still new with TA. I'm still learning the ropes. Taking the hard
Me
knocks. And
too.
all that.
Me too. Hey, me too. All right. Let's be honest, right?
But so I'm following several guys, obviously, including you. And
Have you seen my FF list? Have you seen my like recommended follow list?
uh, I
Go to
don't believe
Twitter
so,
right
but
now. Type in.
yep.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna attach a tweet to the top of this thread, right? Like there's like a threshold for people to like recommend. I take incredible responsibility, like with the people. I want all new traders to follow me. Like I don't mess around. All right, check out there's an attached tweet at the top of the thread. Some of the best pure clean TA guys, no nonsense, and there's about 10 names. Peter Brandt, Bob Lucas. These two are colleagues with me at Bitcoin Live. I mean, like I'm honored. All right, Crypto Cred, who's unbelievable. We just did a podcast. We just did a interview. Does technical analysis work? Cred's like stupid smart. He makes me sound dumb when I talk. He's so smart. Equilibrium, a great dude. Chart guys, Dan, tons of respect for. Charting options is awesome. Trader Main's like a solid, really great dude. Dean Canuck USA, awesome. Tech Charts, these are both like Bitcoin Live. We have the best team in the world at Bitcoin Live. These are part of my team. And Don All, the dude is like steady as a rock. So check that out. I just attached that. Go ahead and ask your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, it looks like I'm already following the top four of those, so I'll follow the rest
Follow the
definitely. Thank you for
rest.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
mess around. I'm not gonna recommend someone who like I wouldn't recommend to my brother. Like I don't mess around. I take this seriously. Go ahead.
So it looks like we're apparently going into what looks like to be a fake pump that will probably lead us towards Goblin
What's a
Town.
fake? What does that mean? Fake pump. What does that mean? Fake pump. What does that mean? That's what does that mean? Tell me more.
Well, in my understanding, it's when price breaks up barely above a resistance area, but doesn't follow through, and then it
Fair enough.
just crashes right back
So
down.
you're talking about an up thrust. We just
Oh,
had what's called an up thrust, which is a false bull break of resistance 18.2K. So absolutely right.
so I'm just curious to see what you're seeing as towards timing. Obviously, it's never
Yeah.
perfect to time the perfect time,
Yeah.
as when you can get the bottom or near the bottom or whatever.
Well,
So
it's
I
not
just
about the
wanted to know what
bottom,
you
is
thought.
it? Is it about the bottom? Is it about getting the bottom, or is it about knowing that you're kind of at the right party? Right. I'd rather be late to
Right.
the party than show up at the wrong party.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like the macro bottom, but definitely a
Yeah.
local bottom to take advantage.
Have you seen Have you watched my masterclass webinar on YouTube yet?
I'm going through it. I haven't gone through it all yet, but I
Stop
mean, I believe
trading.
it.
Stop
Yeah,
trading until you watch it. And I mean
understood.
that
Yeah,
with all my heart. Like, you got to stop trading until you watch that. Okay.
hundred
It's gonna
percent.
give. Yeah, you're a smart guy. I can hear it in your voice. It's gonna give you a lot of tools. Uh, look at the price versus the daily MA 200. Like Bitcoin's a downtrend. So if you study classical charting, like you're not really even looking to go long, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
we're just looking to go long because sentiment has bottomed on Bitcoin. Like we've got a sentiment bottom. This is episode 26. I've done 26 of these. And I've been I don't, I like to I don't delete tweets, I don't delete spaces, I don't delete videos. Like we're now at a sentiment bottom. And I've been saying for a long time it's not there. I think we're kind of there. Um, yeah, we just had a bounce up. So we consolidated for 150 days from June and we broke down from that range. We just tried to break back up into it, right? We just tried to recapture lost support and we failed to do that. That's a big momentum signal. That being said, if you're a trader, 4 hour, we're doing a classic throwback to broken resistance, right? The price created a base, created a bear rectangle, symmetrical triangle into a descending triangle into a bear rectangle. We're kind of 17-2 upper supply zone. We flipped that, trying to flip that. So if you're a bull, you think the bottom's in, you're buying here because we're at daily EMA 8. We're at a 4-hour throwback. But if you want to step back and buy and be confident, you got to wait for the price to be above the daily MA 200. I mean, the weekly is weak. We're below the 200. We're below the 8. We're below all these moving averages. It's just tough, brother. Like, do I believe in Bitcoin? Like, with all my heart, but I'm a trend analyst. It just doesn't look good. We're buying a downtrend here, and it's just like gradations of bad at this point.
Yeah, it's rough and tricky.
You
That's
know what
for
I
sure.
mean? Like, look, if you can buy here and not need the money, I wouldn't sell here if I'm a hodler. I wouldn't sell here. And I'm the guy who's been telling you to sell at 30, 40K. I wouldn't sell here. I feel like if you can hold, you'll probably be okay. But it's not, I wouldn't rush to buy here either. So, we gotta let it play out. But it's great to hear from you, man. Hopefully I've been of some value. Why don't you check out those videos? I'm telling you, my friend, masterclass webinar on YouTube.
Definitely.
Really
I
gonna
have
give you
the
a lot of
tab
help. All
open.
right.
I have the tab open.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
I'll
Thank
see
you.
you next time. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Give me a second, folks. Let me just remove there. Got my boy. Let me add a couple of folks. Hit that request button. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. Please consider following me. I'm the author of Trading Wisdom. Get that book for free on my YouTube, Cheds Trading at YouTube. Hit that button. I want to hear from you. I want to bring you up in the conversation. This is kind of an impromptu spaces. We're hanging out. No big deal. Avid, I got you, Avid, bro. I see you hanging in the wings. Don't worry, brother. So hit that request. I do want to hear from you. I'm gonna add a couple folks who have been patient. Avid, I do want to hear from you. You're a longtime listener and often contributor. What's up, man?
What's up, man? First of all, I want to start off with saying congratulations on crushing that debate with Algod.
Oh shit! Did you hear that or what?
I had to re-listen to it because I was mining fiat when it happened, but after the fact, it went back and man, you were just crushing it. I mean, he has his own thing, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think that it was a no contest win from you. Like, no split decision there. So
I spent
congratulations
a
there.
lot. I honestly I had two different Microsoft Word documents of different prep material. I prepped my opening statement. Like, if I'm out there representing TA, you better believe I'm going to take it seriously. Like, I probably over prepared. And by the way, thank you. But I took it seriously. Like, I'm out there representing my craft. It wasn't about convincing him because he's not going to be convinced. But it was about representing what if you're going to do something, do it. I do it. I believe in it. I really put in work. But I understand him better. It doesn't mean, I don't agree with him, but I actually at least agree with it. I understand him more, and I also don't have to fight him anymore because I've made my case. I think 80% of people replies were like, "You killed it," so that's good enough. I'm just in the future I'm just gonna refer people to that debate. I can move on. It was fun. I did my thing, and now I kind of chill out and just relax. So thanks,
Yeah,
brother.
it was good, man. I think it was good. And you had some tweet earlier about beards, man. You really pumped me up with that one. But
I deleted
you
it.
know,
I'm trying to not
I
spam.
know.
People have me on alert. It's like, God, I put so much pressure where I don't want to tweet out nonsense because I know people have me on alert. But I just something about a beard is respect. I see a dude with a solid beard, and I'm like, I don't know.
Hey,
I've had a
I
bunch
feel
of
the
beards
same
in
way,
my
brother.
time. So
But really,
talk to
okay,
me.
getting back to the topic. So really, where I want to get at is, early on, I made a lot of mistakes that you've talked about. Using too many indicators, making too many trades, and you know, I bought your book, I read it, and I think one of the most
Which one?
important
Which
things,
book?
your 50, your
Are you new?
shit.
Are you a new father?
I am actually. You can hear
Dude,
little
that's
baby squeaking in the
awesome.
background.
I'm so happy for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Oh
you.
my God, that's amazing. What a gift.
Yeah, and I mean that's really where I'm at now is I'm trying to just be strategic and responsible.
Yeah.
In a past life I might have been aping into things,
What are you
revenge trading.
34? 34?
Close to 40.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. All right.
But you had some good wisdom in your book.
Thank you.
And one of them was really when to step away. And so I've really been
Yeah.
taking that to heart
Good.
this bear market and really watching the trend. We've been in a downtrend. So, I think I went risk off around 30K and,
Okay.
went completely into cash with my trading account. I still am hodling, and so it's tough for me to, really fuck with that, but really just focusing on the trading. for me, I've been watching what's going on, and I see people are so quick to get emotional and jump into a trade when it goes up or goes down. And it's like I've just been
Mm,
kind of just like taking it easy and just kind of like waiting for a bigger trend to develop. I'm not a guru at reading the charts like you do.
yeah.
I respect you and your craft. For me, it's like knowing where your strengths are. I know I'm not a guru. I know I have a general read on the
What's your
market as far as
weakness? Let
like,
me help you out. Like, what's your weakness? What's
I
going on?
mean, to be honest, is like, honestly, you talk about like knowing your, planning your trade out, knowing when
Yeah.
your thesis is invalid,
Yeah.
knowing and knowing when to cut it. So my issue is like a lot of times I have a thesis, like for instance, I went long at 15-ish
Wow.
on a dip, and then I
Nice.
bailed on it from just kind of like nervousness about just what's going on, man, like
Uh,
the other things that's going on. And so like I tend to be a
conviction,
little
right?
bit
Conviction. You're lacking
yeah,
conviction.
conviction, and like, having taken some big L's on the China mining ban last year where
Okay.
we ripped from 60 to 30. It's like,
Bro, I've
you know
taken more L's than you can add up. Like, than you can even put in alphabet soup. You know what I mean? Like, L's. Like, that shit makes you stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to be smart about it, right? Like my
Yeah.
my big thing now is I just don't like, I'm trying to preserve capital.
Yeah.
And I think you said a lot of good things about the 10K support, like, because that's the way I feel now is like, to be honest, we're below the 200 week, right?
Yeah.
And we've
Yeah.
and we spent 150 days of this year below the 200 week.
Yes.
And
Yes.
traditionally that's been super strong support. And to be honest, I mean, like,
Yeah.
again, I'm huddling, and so I believe in BTC's long-term
Yeah.
value
You're young.
proposition.
You're
I believe,
young. You're young.
yeah,
Like, you got
but
time to work with. You know.
I'm concerned at the same time. Like, we're in a whole new environment. Like,
Yeah.
Bitcoin has only existed in this kind of like more loose monetary environment where Fed is
Here's
just
what I
dumping
think's gonna
money.
happen. Here's what I think's gonna happen. I think the trend's broken. I really do, and I've been clear about this. I'm not like messing around with people. I think we had a great kind of like 3 cycles or whatever, 80%, and then new all time high. But we're below the all time high. The weekly trend's never been this weak. We're below the prior cycle high. Weekly MA 200's never been this flat. I don't know where we're gonna bottom. Like we either already bottomed, and I'm gonna miss the bottom, which I'm okay with. I'll just buy above the daily MA 200, and I'll stack, right? Um, or what's probably more likely is we'll find bottom 10 to 12K, and then we make a new, and then we have a new bull market, and we bounce to like 50K, and set like that's the new high, and then we have a kind of a tightening range over multi-year where like it's the 69K high and then the 50K lower high, and then maybe our higher low is like, I don't know, 24K or something. And we do like a multi-year tightening range. And it just becomes like a responsible asset where it does like a multi-year tightening range. Like the trends changed, bro. Like people need to get off this. Like I can just hodl and buy anywhere, and like 3 years later I'll be up 50%. Like that's done in my opinion. And fine, if I'm wrong, I'd rather be wrong with everyone else making money. Like that's cool.
No,
But
I think you're on point. And I've been in a lot of like maxi spaces. Like, look, I'm a maximalist too. I think it's the apex asset in this space. But
and
I
it's the
think that you're
fucking
on point there
apex.
is like
It's the
like
apex. There's no question. It's the apex.
like this is the way I think about it is like I have something in my profile. It says all models are wrong, some are useful. I feel like, look, everything's a probability, nothing's a certainty. And so even though I'm confident, like for me, where I'm at now is like, look, I'm not trying to catch the bottom, but I'm not trying to like lose my capital. So I'm trying to preserve capital. And hey, if we get a reversal and I miss the bottom and catch it on the uptrend, that's where I'm trying to go. Just because,
Good.
I mean, to be honest, like, it shit is shaky right now, man. And I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
waiting, risk off, just kind of, you're not in a rush to get in any trade because I've done the things that, you talked about it this in your book, revenge trading, trying to trade too much. I'm just trying to take it easy and just like,
Good.
hey, I'm not going to catch the maximum move, but I'd
Yes.
rather wait and be a little patient than to get wrecked.
I
So
love
that's
that.
where
I
I'm at.
love what I'm hearing, man. If I'm around, I'm around if you need me. All right. And I wish you all the best.
Appreciate it, Cheds. Keep doing what you do.
Keep you doing what you do. All right. Thanks, man. All right, let's get this convo continuing. Paxton, I'll get to you. B12 next. Paxton, why don't you go next? Paxton, it's nice to hear from you. What's going on? Paxton, Paxton. Are you hearing me? I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. B12.
Hey,
What's going on,
Chad.
B12? Hello.
Hey, not much. I have a question regarding the charts. You said you're a chart guy. So let's
No,
say
I
if
never said that. No, I'm
oh,
just kidding.
maybe I
I'm
just
totally a chart guy. That's all I do.
okay. I was like, I was distracted, but I'm pretty sure I heard that. But anyways, so you know how random events happen,
Yeah.
like FTX or
Yeah.
there's something else. Would you see that in the charts or before it happens or no? Would you see
It kind
random
of
events?
depends. It kind of depends. You can see hints at stuff, you know. So it's a really interesting question. Do you like it's this whole debate like when the price moves, do I like what's more important? Like explaining why the price is moving or understanding like the context of the price movement? Like did it break a resistance level that it couldn't break before? You know, did it break a support level it used to hold? Like, is that more important than understanding like the story behind it? You know, for me, it's not. Like, for me, it's about like just the price because that's the only thing that kind of matters in terms of structuring a trade. You get like a buy the rumor, sell the news effect, right? Like Ethereum, you know, bouncing 1270 to 2K. It did that recently on the ETH merch and all that stuff. Um, Yeah,
I
you
guess
know,
what I'm also asking is like, so there's rumors, there's news, there's so much stuff happening.
but can you
Would that
control
be?
that? Why don't you
Would that?
focus on what
No,
you can control? Can you control
no,
that?
no. It's not about controlling it or not. I guess what
Oh,
I'm asking is like,
yeah,
you could spend like all day long reading and trying to stay in the know, but
yeah,
all these
yeah.
things that are happening, would it reflect in the price, in the charts? I guess is what I'm
Absolutely.
asking.
If they're
So now,
important, they
now I
will.
need to understand why, because there's 100 billion
Yes.
whys in the world. It's almost
Yeah.
impossible. But would all this be reflected in the charts? Would it
Do
show
you
up
mind
in
if I
the?
ask where you're from? Where are you from? If I'm indulge me.
Oh, Toronto, Canada.
I love Canada. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Um, like if anything outside of the chart matters, it's going to affect the supply and demand equilibrium, right? Like we're trying to trade um, tradable assets. We're trying to trade liquid markets. We're trying to trade marketplaces with liquidity, with a kind of an active buyer seller base where you have repetitive data points of transactions, right? You with me so far, right? And so the point, like if anything matters, it's going to increase the demand or the supply. It's going to increase the buy pressure or the sell pressure. I've traded so many markets where I've just found like everything else is noise. Like just the price holds support, right? What's the price structure look like? What's the texture of the consolidation, right? Like there's the initial understanding, like trends tend to continue, and then there's me studying, more and more and more, and really getting into it and kind of understanding the nuances of it, vis-a-vis the candle body progression, the candle wicks, and all that. But you can get nuanced or you can be simple. Does the price hold support, right? And if a downtrend reverses, it flips a lost support level. It breaks resistance, right? So find ways to just make things easier. Just find ways to control as much as you can. Leave the uncontrollable for everybody else. Try to eliminate the emotions. Try to really, 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 really just focus on like what the price is doing in relation to like a support or resistance level. And that's all you can really do, I guess.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, B12. Thanks for hanging out. I wish you well. All right. Check out. Have you seen my YouTube channel yet? Have you seen any of those videos? Yeah. All right. Check it out. Chad's Trading on YouTube. Who's up next? We have MOH. What's going on, MOH?
What's up, Chad? Can you hear me?
Yo, what's cracking?
How's it going? I'm
not
good, man.
not too shabby. What's up with you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Paxton, I'll get you next, Paxton. All right. What's up? What's MOH? What's going on, man?
Yeah, so I'm 23 years old. I'm also from Canada, just like
Where?
B12.
Where are you at?
Ottawa, the capital.
So we're Ottawa. Is that like? It's not like I know Quebec. I know like obviously like Montreal, Quebec.
It's about 2 hours from Montreal.
Oh, that's pretty
4.5,
close.
5 hours from Toronto.
I know Trois-Rivières, right?
Yeah, I haven't been to Montreal much, so.
Oh, dude, What are you doing? That's one of my favorite cities. It's so diverse. Like people, it's such a melting pot of people. It it's like the most beautiful people in the world are in Montreal. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a nice place for sure.
It's a off. You can't go one day. Like it's one of those cities where you cannot. Like Quebec, you can do in one day for sure.
Hmm.
You know, have you been to Quebec?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, dude, right? Would you agree? Like you can kind of do it in one day, or is that like a mischaracterization?
I would say so. For Montreal, there's a lot more to do
There's
with
a
Quebec.
lot more. Yeah.
With Quebec City, it's like you
Yeah.
go, you kind of walk around, take a look, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of done. You know what I mean?
Stayed at Lévis. You know Lévis, like across the way.
Oh yeah.
I stayed there. I took like an Airbnb and I did the ferry with my family. You know, a couple days in Quebec, horse ride carriage. You know, it's cool. It's a cool city, but like Montreal is what it's all about. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's up? What's going on?
Yeah, so I wanted to give my outlook on BTC. I'm not too much into crypto. I scalp and day trade the euro dollar. That's kind of
Tell me about it. Tell
main
me
thing.
about it. Are you tracking the Dixie, or are you really tracking the euro dollar? Like, how do you play that?
Yeah, so I used to try to do the dollar index and try to correlate it, but I found that I was doing TA for basically two different instruments at that point.
Smart. Yep.
Yeah, so I solely stuck with the euro dollar.
Okay.
Used to be like a short term swinger, so I would like hold for like a week per se, but eventually
That's a long time.
Yeah, but ever since the pandemic, I found a lot more appeal in just kind of scalping a single 4 hour candle or single hour candle.
Are you doing like multi-position? Like how you playing? Are you doing if you're long from whatever, like 1.0, are you like, one position? Are you breaking it up? Like how do you play it?
Yeah, it kind of depends on my risk for that day. Let's say I'm long, right? If I see like a lower high, I'll add a small position. Granted, my original position is in profit.
It's bullish right now, huh? It's pretty bullish right now.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be bullish for Q1 of 2023.
What's your wrong level? Like where are you wrong? If you're bullish, where are you wrong? Because I kind of have an idea in mind, but like where are you bullish?
Let's see. I'm looking at the daily.
Damn, this thing is like bounced a lot. I was shorting it for a while, but I laid off in that. I was shorting it, back in September, October,
Yeah, I would say like longer term, anything below like 0.0250 would be pretty good sentiment for like longer term bears. But right now, especially for the shorter term and for Q1, 100% bulls for me.
Okay.
And then for Bitcoin, I was also looking at the weekly. So for me personally, if
Bitcoin
I'm ever
weekly.
gonna buy, if I'm ever gonna buy anytime soon, it has to like a weekly candle for me at least has to strong close above 18K because I found 18K is a level where it's been kind of bounced around a bit and then it broke and retested it. And if you look at both the weekly and the daily, we're seeing some good rejection on there. As far as like more of a bottom, similar to you, I'm looking anywhere like 12K to about 14K. I find that to be a decent bottom.
Have you considered kind of not just, and you sound like a smart person, have you considered not just the price, but the velocity at which like the price reaches a level? Like you want to keep that in mind, right? Like, so not that you wouldn't, but like it's not just 14K, but if it gets there quickly, it's more likely to bounce versus a slow bleed. You see what I'm saying? Like keep that in mind from a momentum standpoint. Have an idea, an idea in mind, but like if it slow bleeds to a level, it's more likely not to hold there, right? Like this is such a neat and orderly downtrend. It needs like a shock, like super dip and kind of a reversal to kind of switch up the momentum.
I agree. I found the same thing with most time frames, right? Even if you're looking at like a 15-minute zone, if it aggressively reaches a zone, the likelihood of it reacting to it and then going the other way, it usually ends up in your favor, and that's kind of the edge, right? So I like how you brought that up.
Absolutely, man. It's great to hear from you. All right, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the opportunity to let me up.
Thanks for adding to this conversation, man. Thank you so much. I'm Big Chuds on Twitter. Thank you, brother. I'm Chuds Trading on YouTube. Check out the free version of my book, Trading Wisdom. These conversations are only made better by you. Let's go with Paxton. Thanks for being patient, Paxton. What would you like to say? How would you like to join the conversation? Paxton has his hand up. We're gonna give him just a few moments, folks. Paxton, what's going on, buddy? It says listener. I'm gonna try to invite to speak. He's been patient. We'll see if that doesn't work or not. Let's keep it flowing. In the meantime, Paxton, we'll try again. Let's say J Tech. And while you're listening, folks, hit that request to speak. This is your opportunity to ask me a question. J Tech, what's going on?
Hi, congrats on your 5 year being cancer free.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I have a question on your outlook for regarding sushi.
Sushi, like the food or the chart?
Nah, the chart.
Okay, because I love sushi, so.
Yeah, me too. But
Okay,
I'll
it's
tell
a
you,
terrible chart. It's a terrible chart.
you think? Because I longed it from
I mean, do I
1.1.
think the price thinks, But go ahead.
Yeah, because I longed it from 1.1 since in my opinion,
1.1. Okay, 110.
yeah, 1.1 is at like at 1.12 now, and I'm thinking whether it could go to 1.2 since I checked on High Block and there's quite a lot of
So are you
liquidity
trading
sitting
or
there.
holding? Are you just like a trade here or what?
Yeah, just a quick trade, like day max 2. Like short
know,
term
bro.
outlook.
I wouldn't buy above $1, honestly. It's a pretty clear channel. If you look at the daily chart, so I did Bitcoin Live last night, right? And so Bitcoin Live, I talked about, and I'm up, Anyway, so Bitcoin Live, like I talked about, you think about a red light goes yellow before green, and a green light goes yellow before red.
Yeah.
Like this is a yellow light. It's a red light gone yellow with like an upper boundary at like $2 and a lower boundary at like $1. I'm just so disciplined. I'm not gonna buy like $1.10, $1.20. I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at $1.10, look at the price versus EMA 8. You look at the daily chart, look at the price versus EMA 8. It's like being pinned down. Like bears have the edge here, like without a doubt, right? And so the question is, do I get interested at $1?
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I don't like it. Like I'd say next, if I was to guess, and this is a lot of guessing, TA, but like next, 5 days from now, it's probably lower.
But would you say 1.1 is quite a strong support in this case?
No, I'd say $1 is support.
$1. Okay.
Yep.
Cheers.
Absolutely. Cheers to you, man. Thank you, bro. All right. That was cool. That's all you got to do. What up? We have Warfare. What's going on? And folks, hit that request button. I'll bring you in on the conversation. Hit that in the bottom left. Probably do another 30 minutes. We can get a few more of you on the conversation. I want to hear your questions, your comments, your feedback. Hit that button there in the bottom left. 150 of you, only 2 requesting to speak. I think you can do better. Hit that button in the bottom left. Warfare, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, kids? It's actually Warfare's little brother. Congrats on the 5 years cancer free.
Thanks, buddy.
And I just recently bought my first Aston Martin, but
no shit. Is that a car or a watch?
It's a car.
Okay.
I guess I'm on my 5th car now.
No shit. You have 5 cars or your 5th car ever?
My 5th. I'm on 5 cars and I'm 19. I'm turning 20 in November of 2023.
Good for you, man.
And I just
So what are your goals though in the next couple of years? I mean, cars or whatever, but talk to me about personal growth.
I'm owning this NFT company and this cryptocurrency, but I really want to support my mother. I want to buy my mother a house. I think that's
awesome. It's super awesome.
I've been investing in land and mainly acres in Houston, Texas. And
Houston's a cool city, man. I've been there on the way to New Orleans a couple times from Austin, so I know what's up.
Yeah. Currently, right now, a family is I'm helping them build a house on a little bit of my land.
Good for you.
I'm doing great in life. You're a very big role model of that part. So I wanted to thank you. You're a very big part of my inspiration. So honestly, I just came up here to, give you thanks, man. Really.
Wow. I'm kind of speechless, man. How can I help you tonight? Give me something so I can feel good. Ask me a question. Give me the ability to help you in some way.
What would you say is your motivation, even though like if you quote unquote made it or you're at a point, what would you say is a like a landmark to keep going for yourself, or another goal to set and achieve, even though if you've already quote unquote made it or accomplished everything that you've set out for?
I just feel like if I don't do something spectacular, I'm wasting a gift. You know, I feel like I'm just so blessed. I feel so blessed. I feel so lucky. If I just, I'm aware of like who I am, how I was born, and like to get what I was given, and everything. Like I just want to do something of value, and so I want to help people, help myself, but I want to do something of meaning. I want to. That's the backdrop. I want to just hold myself to the standard of just do something of value, do something that will resonate. I don't know what it is. I'm working on it. I'm happy I'm here. I've made some efforts in that direction, but I just want to kind of make it like a meteor, like it makes an impact crater. Like I want to make an impact crater. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna keep working on it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chad. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And yeah, just thank you for everything, man.
Wow. Cheers up, man. Thank you. Stay strong, dude. That was one love. All right. So let's go with Wando. What's cracking? Folks, hit that button. There's only one more person to speak. This is your opportunity. Hit that button to request to speak. Otherwise, the spaces will end here shortly. What's up, Wando? What would you like to say?
What's up, Chad? Chads, and thank you so much for having me up. And again, congratulations on being 5 years cancer-free. Fuck cancer. It's affected someone close to me, and I know a lot of people, probably know someone, right, at least, who even knows someone. So, all right. So I have two quick questions. Let's try to get through it. There's not a lot of people asking questions. I think they're being underutilized. One is going back to momentum.
Yeah.
You talked about on the downturn, looking for momentum. And to me, kind of trying to come up in the game too, it feels like you need to have a plan in terms of execution of trades, because momentum often means there's a short time frame for you to be able to enter a trade at low prices. So, anything you would like to touch on when it comes to advice for trade execution, especially for newer traders trying to come up in the game?
Trade execution. I mean, there's a lot I could say. I could spend an hour, but I would start with, and I would ask you, and let's talk about you. Like, are you day trading? Are you, you have like a day job where you have to wait for a daily candle close? Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, personally, it's a great question. Everyone has a different goal. Personally, I'm more of a long-term. I have a day job. It pays well. I have steady income from that and other sources. So it's about longer-term investments and dollar cost averaging in. But of course, if there's a way that you can plan to catch momentum on the downturn, right, when there's a short amount of period for you to catch the low prices of that asset before it spikes back up,
is it more important to catch a low, or is it more important for you to ride a trend?
That's a good question. I guess for someone like me that's not in the day-to-day, catching the trend is more important, but I'm sure there's people looking for, Pico bottom type trades.
I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna try to kind of approach it in like a fruitful way. There's times when it's good and there's times when it's not. There's times when you think back in college, you go to a party and there's a lot of ladies, and there's times you go to a party and it's a lot of, and if I'm offending anyone, I apologize, but times when you go and it's, slim pickings. So you have to recognize that it's just not always the right environment to do what you're wanting to do. So if you accept that, then you kind of adjust your approach towards being more selective. You got to be more selective, because the more selective you are, the easier the opportunities you're attempting to take advantage of, the easier, the trade setups you're trying to take advantage of. So think about like all the things you've learned, you've studied, moving average techniques, and just all the classical charting, anything you've done with technical analysis. If the price is sideways, your TA sucks. There's no TA in a sideways market, right? TA is trend analysis. But if you have a trending market, you can take advantage of it, right? So that's why I asked, like, do you want to catch the bottom or do you want to buy a dip in an uptrend? You know what I mean? It's not always going to be a great environment. So maybe you just have to kind of chill out and wait for big opportunities. If it's a downtrend, wait for a really terrible chart to bounce and then short it. Or maybe even, if it dips, we'll look for the strongest chart in the series and then long that dip. Fine. Long the relative strength. That's okay. But ideally, you're just playing with the trend. You know what I mean? The Bitcoin, it just doesn't look good. It's not good. We're deep below the daily 200, the weekly 200. There's pockets of altcoins that kind of express relative strength, but it's just a really tough market. And if you allow yourself to even look at the news, I mean, you wouldn't even want to put $1 in if you read the news. So I don't know what to say. You gotta play it chart by chart. You gotta play it chart by chart. I guess that's where I would finish my comments on. What do you got?
That's great advice. I wanted to try and stimulate conversation more than anything else, and
Yeah.
I think your perspective on focusing on what is your goal to set up how you execute on your trades and try and catch this momentum or not, to be able to wait for the trend reversal and then commit to that.
Think about avoiding the chop. Like, what's going to hurt you, my friend, is like playing in the chop. You got to wait for volatility. Like, I haven't traded a lot this year. I kind of, it's really well in 2021, and I've traded like the big volatility days this year, and I've shorted a lot of alts and stuff. But I've done a lot of just watching because we had 150-day sideways range. That's ridiculous. Wait. Understand, like, some of the best traders take one trade a month, right? So don't like force yourself to take a trade every day. Take advantage of downtime to get better. Keep practicing your skills, read a textbook, watch videos. And if you want to trade for practice, do like a really small position size. Find ways, if you're itching for some action, just cut that position size way down. You know what I mean? Give yourself the ability to trade it without, being emotionally attached to it. I guess that's what I would say. All right.
Great. Yeah. Thanks for the answer. I had another question teed up.
Go
There's
for
two
it.
more people up here. If you don't mind. Yeah. I wanted to know, like, how did you get into this game? How did you get into trading? Did you have
haven't read book
mentors?
two?
Who were they?
You haven't read book two.
I haven't read book two.
No,
so
there's a
show me
6-page
on that.
story. I did my trading story. So
I'll look into that.
So I grew up wanting to be a trader, and I sucked, and I like wanted to trade. I got into sales. I studied psychology. I didn't study, finance. I got into psychology. I did sales. I did all that operations. I got really good at that. Kind of rose to the top. And then I got into poker, and I was like, poker's awesome. I love poker, and I got really good at it. And I started reading textbooks, and I got into it. And I kind of still traded, but I didn't know what I was doing. Trading the news, kind of kept it on the side. And then at some point, I kind of started to get more into trading, and I started to pay attention to Japanese candlesticks, and that was something that kind of led me towards technical analysis and away from like news trading. And I got into volatility trading. I traded penny stocks, and I get really good at it. And I started, built up a social media account. I was a newbie helper, a chart nerd, a newbie helper, and I kind of leaned into that, discovered crypto, and kind of the rest is history. You got to check out the book, man. I spent more time on this book than the last book, and the last book sold like a ton of copies. So
for sure, and I appreciate you even answering after you taking the time to document that and put that out there. So appreciate you.
I'm just having fun,
doing
man.
what you're
Thank
doing.
you, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Love you, and keep
see you next
doing
time.
what you do. Peace out.
All right, see you next time. Let's go with you can join the conversation too. Last chance, Paxton. Let's get you up here. Paxton, this is your last chance. You've tried like 6 times to speak. Paxton, this is your last chance. And everyone listening, thank you for listening. Whatever you're doing. Thanks for Paxton, what's up? Nope. Paxton, last chance, man. I'm gonna give you a 5 count. 5, 4.
Hello?
3.
Hello?
Yo.
Oh,
Hi,
sorry, I
Paxton.
just didn't know how it worked. I never used this before. Sorry about the last time.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
Now you're here.
Yeah, maybe I can.
What's up, man? Where are you?
I'm from Hong Kong, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Maybe I can share a bit of how I started trading.
Please.
Yeah, I started trading at 2021 and never traded anything before that. And it was at a bull run, and I borrowed some money from my parents, and I managed to Forex my account and thought I was really clever and thought I was really good, top of the game. But my strategy was pretty simple. So I just go in 25% each time, and I just make sure I put a limit order just right before my liquidation price, just so like before I liquidate it, I can get in, so to average cost my position. And then back then, because it was a bull run, so it was pretty simple. I made quite a bit.
Yeah.
But then, after a year, you know what happened, and I pretty much lost it all. And then I slowed down for a few months, and then I realized that maybe that's not how you trade. And then now I just become a scalper. Because back then I didn't want to take any loss. I think I didn't want to admit that I was wrong. So yeah, and now I just realized actually, like I learned a lot of TA, I learned from a lot of community, and end of the day I realized that it's not about it's about TA, but I think 80% or 70% is more about your mental game.
Easily. I mean, look, refusing to take a small loss will lead to the opportunity to refuse to take a big loss.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you have to take that loss before it takes away your will to trade.
I think it takes a lot to be able to admit that you can be wrong and to understand that it's all a possibility.
Yep,
and then I hear a lot of people
the best
saying
traders
like,
are quick.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying like looking for the bottom and all that, and I realized you don't really have to look for the bottom, and you don't even have to compare yourself with others. You just need to make your money, take your part, and then that's good. That's good enough. And then,
so have you seen my YouTube channel at all, Chud's Trading?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit, not all of them. To be
I
honest,
would go to the playlist. There's a playlist called Trading Wisdom, and I have 18 of the 50 lessons. I published a book. It's a lot of what you're talking about. I think you're really going to like it, and you're kind of repeating a lot of the same things.
Yeah, because I'm new to this channel actually. I was just like an hour ago. I joined your like this thing, and then I was listening to what you were saying. I was like, damn, this is what I have been thinking as well. Like, this
listen, brother. Here's my homework for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. Just follow the homework. All right. Check out the playlist for Trading Wisdom, and check out the playlist called Masterclass Technical Analysis Webinar. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch those, and come back next time I do a space. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers, man.
All right, and you'll be on the right track. Thank you so much. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right, let's go with Crypto Maverick. What's cracking?
Jets, yeah. If you don't mind, can you share some of your experience during the last bull market and bear market?
Yeah.
And how do you manage your money? And will you reinvest again in stocks or crypto, or you will move into like some real estate or some other thing?
What? Real estate? We're talking real estate now? So what's the question? Last bull run? I mean, I de-risked.
Okay. So how do you trade in last bull market and bear market? And how
have you seen my YouTube? Have you seen my YouTube?
Here and there. But
what do you mean here and there? I walk you through it. I walk people through it. You never like the answer's always there. I've done videos all along the way. I talked about why I thought Bitcoin was topping. I talked about when it topped. I talked about every move afterwards. I do like at least at least a video a month on YouTube. I do Bitcoin live twice
So
a week.
I'm a macro trader, okay, and I'm
Okay.
also a test engineer. I'm working for
Good.
Morgan Stanley. So
Good.
I don't have hardly any time to go and look everything.
All right,
Okay.
fair enough.
Yeah, I also work for E-Trade, and currently I'm working for Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
And mostly, mostly I'm a macro trader.
Yeah.
I don't take mostly, like any trades in a short time frame. Here and there, I will take some trades, but mostly I'm a macro trader. That's
Let
why.
me answer your question. I think what you want to ask. Let me tell you what I think, and then I'll let you finish. Okay. Here's the deal, right? I saw the top coming in November, but I thought it was a temporary top. I thought at the time, I tweeted about it. I thought we're going to top off here 69K, but I think we're going to drop back to maybe 40, 45K, and then eventually go to 100. I thought it was I spotted the top. At the time, I thought it was a short-term top because you always want to assume the trend will continue. The weekly chart was bullish, and based on my training, Japanese candlesticks, classical charting, CMT, like trends tend to continue, right? So I give the benefit of the doubt to whoever currently has the ball, right? Whoever currently has possession, if it's sports, whatever team currently has the ball, I always give benefit. That's what you're trained to do, right? So even though I spotted the top, I didn't know it was the top at the time. I thought it was a short-term top. We're going to kind of bottom around, low 42K, 45K, and go to 100K. But I was able to spot, okay, wow, we didn't stop where we should stop if we're bullish, and now I'm way more cautious. Green lights turned orange. We're dropping below 40K. I'm going full red. I'm starting to look down around 10 to 15K, which is where we are now.
No, actually, yeah, that's good. Actually, my question is like, how
Yep.
do you manage your money? Like during your
Yep.
bull market and bear market, and like
Yeah.
once you make good money, will you, like again reinvest in crypto or just
Me
you?
personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up. I sold like 80 to 90% of my crypto above 40K. Right, and I sold like 80% of it above like 55K, and I sold all my Ethereum above 45K because I'm a trend analyst, and I believe what I like. I have to follow my own analysis. If I'm tweeting it out, like this trend's broken, I'm not just gonna hold it, right? And I sold all my Bitcoin below 40K because the trend broke down, right? I hold zero
No,
Bitcoin.
no. Actually, I'm asking, how do you manage your money? Like, say you have like $50,000.
Yeah,
So
it depends.
50,000.
My financial life is different than yours. It's not a great way. It's not a fruitful answer. There's no real value in us comparing that. But what I can tell you is how I'm
I'm
approaching
not
risk.
comparing. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking how traders think. I'm been talking
I
with a
want to
lot
buy
of
around
different
12K.
traders.
I'll buy around 12K. I'll buy at 12K Bitcoin. But if it goes below 10K, I'm selling everything I bought at 12K. Right. The weekly chart is in serious trouble. We have a secular bull market in Bitcoin, which is in major trouble right now. The trend is broken. It's bent, but not broken. It is in major trouble. This is like
No,
we're below the.
actually, my question is like, so there will be leverage trading there, spot trading there. So like, how much allocation you will be there? Like I'm asking more about the asset management
Yeah,
and the money management, not
depends. It
about
depends.
the trading. Leave about the trading.
I'm probably less risk averse than you. It's just that's not like a great question. There's not a lot of value in talking about. I trade low leverage. I rarely go above 5x. I'm not. I leverage. I don't care. I'm not really trying to like go high leverage. It's not my style. It's just not who I am. So, but maybe you're different. You're a better trader. Fine. Look, we're different. Whatever. Like, what's the point of that?
So how do you manage your like expenses during
Carefully.
your? Yeah,
Carefully.
that.
I manage them carefully, brother. All right. What else you got for me? Give me something else. Give me something more substantive. I'm not a CFA. I'm not a financial planner. I micro specialize on the Bitcoin price. I'm a trend analyst with a psychology background. What else can I do
Okay,
for you?
so say something about the midterm rally where we gonna
Irrelevant.
get.
Irrelevant. That's a no. It's a narrative. What else? Next. It's a narrative. I don't care about narratives. Narratives are irrelevant to me. I just want to see price, in relationship to support and resistance.
So
Right?
you're saying you're gonna buy when Bitcoin goes to 12K, right?
Maybe. Maybe it's an area of interest. It depends how it gets there.
Okay, so it's better to buy altcoins during when Bitcoin goes to 12K.
Why would you buy altcoins? Depends on the altcoin. Depends on there's relative strength expressed or not. Right? There's certain altcoin. I wouldn't buy I wouldn't buy something below the MA200. All right. It depends
Yeah,
on
recently, FTM and some other coins are
garbage, trash chart, absolutely trash chart. All right, I gotta go, brother. It's great to hear from you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your talk. Yeah.
Thank you, man. I wish you all the best.
You too. Bye. Yeah.
All right. All blessings, friend. All right. Let's go with who do we got? Crypto, are you still there? Are you there, Maverick? Crypto Maverick? Anything? Crypto Maverick?
Not anything. Yeah. You can talk much. Yeah. You can talk.
All right. Was that
What's
you?
up?
Did you already?
Hey, what's up, Chad? Thanks for having me up. Hey, why don't we talk about
What up?
one quick question as to, I mean, right now, I mean, are there any charts that you see, you're bullish or bearish on? It's pretty easy to kind of
bullish or bearish.
Yeah, I mean,
you're giving me a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, why don't just pick a chart or pick a coin that you either like or you don't like, and explain why you do or don't like it.
Give me like a minute. I'm packing the vaporizer, so. While I do that, why don't you talk to me? I'll walk over to the computer. I'm in the other room. So tell me what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. I feel like it's pretty easy to kind of dance around the bush. I think it's, if you could go over some, in real life, live time stuff, like you like this coin right now, or you don't like it right now because of X, Y, and Z.
Do you want to trade right now, or do you want like a skill? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something like to trade right at this moment. And
All right. I mean, that's a tall tale, but let's see what we can do. What's your what are you trying to do?
I mean, I traded on like a 10x leverage.
10x.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you don't care long or short?
No, I don't care long or short. I just
Kelly's.
All right. Hold on. Let's take a look, folks. Hang on. I'm talking to Scotty. Right? Is that you?
Nope.
Or is that Dave?
No, it's Drink and Trade.
All right, so Scotty, hold on, man. Let me get you next, okay? I'm gonna mute you right now. All right, Drink and Trade. Sure, what's cracking? I don't know. Like, it's a tough market right now. What QLC's bullish? What's good? I mean, Bitcoin's. I don't know. Bitcoin, 17K and above is reasonable for kind of a throwback, a bullish retest thesis. BNB around 260. I've been hard not to be a buyer. With a stop loss 255. I mean, that's probably the best trade you're going to get.
So you think BNB right now would be a buy? Why do you think it's going to be a buy?
The bottom of a multi-month support zone. It's a demand zone established over multi-months. It's buyers have stepped in at 260. Since September. It's a clearly defined thesis, and you don't have to stick around forever to find out when your idea fails. You can be gone 255, certainly 250. It's a very easily definable trade idea, right? That's all you're looking for.
And where would you get out? Where would you get out of that trade?
I don't know. That's up to you. I'll let you take profit however way you see fit. I mean, I would enter with like 4 or 5 positions. If I'm doing $1,000, I'd do 5 $200 positions, and then I would kind of move them up. If I get it right, I'd move 2 or 3 of them up into profit, and then let the rest sit at break even or whatever. Just figure out what works for you.
So your most confident trade, you look at charts all day, and the chart that you like the most right now is BNB, and you're bullish.
No, I just spent like 30 seconds looking in between my vaporizer pack. And I'm trying to.
I thought you do this all day, though. I thought this is what you do
all day. I take care of my family. I shoot hoops. I'm playing Beat Saber on Oculus. I'm working on book 4 and book 5. I'm in the jacuzzi.
So right now you're not really trading. You're just kind of hanging out until.
I need volatility. I had a killer 2021, and I'll trade, but I need volatility. Like if there's big volatility, I'm really interested. But like most of the time, I'm not. But I'm always watching.
So long story short, you think the best thing to do right now, I guess, is just kind of sit on your hands until we find a bottom, or we can find some more.
BNB is a decent trade here. I mean, BNB it's a well-defined level. All you care about is a well-defined level as a trader, because you want to define your risk. You want the price to tell you this is a level the price is paid attention to, so you can kind of structure your trade. This is just an example, but yeah, generally, yes, what you're saying is generally the case. But it just happens to be that right now, this chart that I'm talking about, BNB is at a key level at 260. It's a multi-month support zone. So there may be a day or 2-3 days where you don't have one of those setups. It's a decent setup. It doesn't have to be this trade. But the point is, waiting is usually best, and you wait for the most clearly defined setups.
So if you were gonna compare BNB at this level right now to a poker hand, what would you say the hand would be?
Like, I don't know, like an AQ suited or something.
Holy shit! All right, for sure.
All right, you know what I'm saying.
Thanks for having me up, bro. Peace out.
Take care, man. Be good. Let's go with all right, Scotty. What's cracking? Are you there, Scotty?
Hi, Chad.
Yo.
Sorry if you can't understand me very well.
I can understand you great.
I'm from Scotland.
Okay. What's up? What's up, man?
What's up? I would just like to know if your opinion on the correlation of the Bitcoin halving regarding the bull and bear markets.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that the bottom is not in. You're saying yourself, maybe 10, 12K, whatever. The year before the halving comes about March, April.
Yeah.
You think that may correspond to a bottom in that area?
So how old are you? What are you, like 38, 44?
44.
Yeah, you're 44, right? So, Bitcoin's only been around for 13 years.
Yeah.
So, how much value is there in assuming that something that's happened 3 times, every 4 years is going to happen every time, for the rest of our lives? We don't know, right? So you have to kind of put everything in context.
Okay.
I think you have to, you look at that fact, and then that's happened with halving. That's fine. But what about right now? We are right now trading below the 2017 high. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
And the price has never spent this much time below the weekly MA200, which is kind of a simple moving average of 200, the average of 200 weeks of a closing price. It's just a kind of reflection of the fact that the price has never been this weak. So don't take anything for granted. You're 44 years old. You already know that lesson.
Yeah, of course.
So apply it to Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks to you. All right. Thank you so much. Cheers, brother. Mate. I hope you have a great time, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, have you seen my YouTube? Have you watched any of my YouTube stuff or no?
Yeah. I seen you on when you were doing a live stream with the bird nest.
Very good.
I was watching that all week.
That's so nice. I'm glad you did. I'm happy to hear that. So to check it all out, okay?
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, bro.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Cheers. What's up with Bruce? What's cracking, Bruce?
Hey, what's up, Chaz? How you doing?
I'm hanging. You know how it hang.
Yeah. So, I've been following your Twitter on and off. I think since like 2017 or 2018.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, so I'll check that out.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just kind of looking for some words of wisdom, maybe around trading psychology and leverage trading. Kind of share what I've been doing. Like, I had some play money, money I was willing to throw away. So I was shorting Dogecoin with leverage, like 50x, 70x leverage.
From what price?
I can't recall, but it was within the last 3 weeks.
All right.
And I got,
10, ever.
Yeah, and I trade with my full position because I'm just new. I'm playing around. I know a little bit about charts and stuff, but trading, that psychology is very new to me. So I was able to, before I got liquidated twice, I did do 5x on my portfolio, but, now it's 0. And then I heard you talk to the other traders here about leverage trading, kind of, you only go up to 5x, and somebody mentioned 10x, and it was like, oh, that seemed like a lot. So I was wondering if you have any words of wisdom for someone like me who is kind of new, is kind of testing out 50
if you're new, leverage is just accelerating you losing your money. Like it's just an amplifier of your natural skill, right?
Right.
So you think about it, like if you're good, you want to amplify that, right? So you want to amplify your edge. Like, are you picking up a guitar and playing Stairway to Heaven or not? Like, do you want to pick up the guitar? Oh, so you amplify it. You want to go 10x. Now you're playing in front of 100 people. Like you've no idea what you're doing, right? Like think about it, right? So, work within your limitations. There's just a lot of different ways to trade. I kind of talk about what I do, trend analysis, defining your risk based on supply and demand. I can point you to like all, the videos I've made. This is episode 26. I've done, 25 more of these, so maybe you find doing that. Expect that it's going to take a lot of time. So just kind of really ease yourself into it more than anything. Give yourself time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Yeah, well, thank you, man. It was good talking to you.
Thanks,
Yep.
Cheers. Thank you, bro. David. What's up, David?
Hi, Cheds.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Just fine. Yeah. How's it going?
Pretty good. Quick question for you. I wanted to see what your thoughts were. Well, more your opinion or outlook. You've probably seen all the FUD about Binance and all that.
Yeah.
What do you think? How it's going to unfold? Do you think? Because you know how I think it was a few people. I think it was Kevin O'Leary that he's kind of a big player. He got testified before the Congress.
Yeah.
And he was spreading a lot of FUD. What is your outlook? Do you think?
He's irrelevant. He's not important.
No, I'm just saying. I know, just out of detail, but as far as Binance wise, you think what's your take?
So here's the caveat. I'll say what I think, but I'll caveat it with I'm a just absolute garbage fundamental analyst.
I know that, but I love to hear your perspective. I know you're not a fundamental.
No, I'm not just not a fundamental. I'm literally a garbage fundamental analyst.
Well, what's your opinion? How do you think?
I think Binance is fine. Binance is fine.
Yeah, you think they're okay?
I think it's my gut feeling. I think they're fine. But if I'm wrong, I really wouldn't be surprised because I have no idea. I just bury my nose in the chart. I'm just
same.
You know what I mean? But I just don't. I probably maybe, and then I have to think about my psychology background. Is it that I don't want Binance to fail because I want Bitcoin to fail? So now I'm second and third level thinking of myself, right? So
yeah, checking your own bias. Yep.
I just gotta say I don't know. I really don't know. I gotta be most honest. Say I don't know. Leaning towards I think they're okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. That's all I got, really, to be honest. So
no, I appreciate intake.
I really appreciate you. I think they're probably okay. CZ Smart, CZ strikes me. I think he's probably got some game, a little hustle. I just feel like it's probably okay.
The only reason why I'm asking today is because I came across there was some interview. I think it was on CNBC. Where they were directly asking him about funds or something like the liquidity. And it seemed like he was sidestepping some questions, direct questions, but I don't know if that was just kind of a business tactic, because I don't know if you want to make everything transparent, that's not wise either, but it's going to be interesting. Wild times, so it's very interesting.
It is wild times. I'm glad we're here. It's interesting to, it's great to be part of it. I'm glad you joined the conversation. So thank you, brother.
For sure. Thanks so much, Ed. Appreciate it.
Amen. Take care. I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon unless anyone wants to step up. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. I invited a couple of my buddies who I see in the audience to speak. Neither Gunnar nor Chonis wanted to speak. That's kind of weak sauce, folks, but that's okay. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. Catch me on YouTube at Cheds Trading. I'm glad you folks all decided to hang out with me here on a Thursday. It is November 15th, middle of the month. I hope everybody's doing okay. I know holiday season can be tough. What's up, Gunnar? What's cracking? There you are.
Yo, what's up? I didn't know how to request. I didn't know how to accept your request. I've never done one of these before.
Oh, that's what they always say. What? Talk to me, dude. What's going on?
Hey, man. Good. Just my internet went out, so figured I'd hop on here and see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a storm going on, so
Bitcoin's at like 24K. Yeah. You totally missed it.
Oh no, FOMO, quick.
FOMO, dude, I'm all in 100x.
No, to touch on the Binance stuff, I totally agree with you.
Please.
I'm not a fundamental analyst either. I'm god awful at it. But I mean, I think they're fine too. I think that CP's been super transparent. He's been trying to he's been posting about the situation to be like, look, you guys, I know there's speculation, but my key here is we could be wrong, obviously. But if you're scared or you're nervous, then de-risk. Take your money, put it in a cold wallet, take it, put it somewhere where you feel good about it, or don't put so much money on the exchange that if it did crash and you couldn't withdraw, that you would be, devastated.
Bro, isn't that so sad? Like, there's zero chance of a retail multiplier, like bull multiplier, when you can't even be sure where to put your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, how is money going to flow into the markets right now with people literally scared to buy or to put their money in places?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think? I mean, are we just going to but we've been around the game, so we know even if it's 2 years, we'll have another bull market at some point.
Oh, I mean, regardless of anything, Bitcoin will pump 100% at some point. I mean, 100% is a great return, right? I mean, at some point, Bitcoin's likely to go back to 28, 30, 35K, like bare minimum. Even if we never get a new all-time high again, it's almost, I feel very confident saying that at some point it's probably going above 30K or at least, 28K. So, and if that happens from 14K, that's 100% pump. So I think we're greedy in crypto and we want, 500% pumps all the time, but we can still get that with altcoins. But I'd gladly take 100% pump on Bitcoin.
Well, what do you think we're doing right now? I mean, weekly chart obviously sucks, but daily chart,
daily chart
also kind of
support,
sucks.
But Ethereum's breaking down, which is more concerning.
Yeah.
Bitcoin hasn't confirmed breakdown yet. It's at the range lows though. So if it loses 17.2, then I've got breakdown and at least sweep of the lows.
We're going 15.5, or what are you looking at?
How low? We don't know how low we can go. We really don't. That's the thing. We could bounce at 12.4K. We could bounce at 11K. We could go down to 8,900 to 9,200 gap area. Like, it depends on the news and what other markets are doing.
What's up with Litecoin? Actually look kind of halfway decent, huh?
Oh man, I don't know. It looks good, but I'm having a hard time shorting it. But there's good short setups. There's been good short setups on it. But if you really zoom out, it looks like an accumulation breakout. Like, it really does.
How could you ignore a 7-month breakout, right? It could range for 7 months. It's above that, right? Like, how you can't ignore that. As much as it sucks, you got to say, okay, right? Like,
the volume looks good too. I mean, that's the craziest part about it, is the volume is really nice. Like, if we were in a bull market, I'd be heavy in Litecoin. Like, I'd be going heavy, right?
It's I don't know. I'm so conditioned for it to be in a dog, but it's still it's got relative strength to a lot of alts. Like, it's better than 80-90% of the alts.
Imagine if the whole market dumps, Bitcoin breaks 15K, and Litecoin somehow just decides to run above 100.
Goes 100. Oh my god, it'd be so ridiculous.
I would lose it.
Oh my god, I don't even know. I don't know. Bitcoin 15K. I mean, we're 20K would seem so big now, right? It's crazy how that's the whole concept of slow bleed. It gets you accustomed to lower prices and you accept them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, man. I don't know. I don't like yesterday's reaction. I mean, we both had above the 18K as a key area, and it rejected like mad. Like, that was a harsh rejection. We didn't even hardly get any bounces along the drop. So,
with just equities or Bitcoin too?
Bitcoin. Well, equities. I mean, I kind of shorted equities based on the Bitcoin rejection after FOMC.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's drawing that SPY downtrend line, right? That's a pretty.
Yeah.
You've seen. You've seen it everywhere. I mean, Dixie and Fed. I'm not smart enough to follow like what it means when the Fed, the plots or whatever. But
I just stay away.
I mean, I took a long though. I took a long in Bitcoin at 18.2. And I stopped out at 18K.
Oh, you
I took a loss.
did.
Yeah, but it was a small loss because
Right.
the idea was I'm back in the 150-day range, and then I said, okay, failed. It didn't hold.
Right.
I'll take a small loss. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's fair. I mean, I do remember you saying 18.2 was trigger. I thought you would
I
be
gotta
like
follow through in there.
But yeah, good for you. I mean, shit, losses happen. I was I had a few shorts the day before FOMC, and I got stopped out on all of them. But luckily, I had some longs running that kind of kept me alive. But
what do you think, Gunnar? What do you think about the idea? Obviously, the chart's terrible. Like we're talking about Bitcoin, it's a daily chart. It's pretty terrible.
Oh yeah,
it's below. It broke down the 150-day range. We're below it. We're below the MA200. But I kind of feel like sentiment's pretty tough. I mean, it's kind of a sentiment bottom. Yeah, sure, it can get worse, but
you think?
Like the sentiment for me though makes me kind of look more ambitiously for a little bit of a bottom. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
I did, but I don't know if I do now because everyone's just talking about accumulating at these levels still. Everyone's so happy to accumulate right now, and I'm like, it just kind of reminds me of 2018 still, But honestly, I mean, it's Bitcoin. It could rocket up to 22K in 24 hours. But I just keep, even after yesterday's rejection, like I still see a lot of people, like respected analysts, longing at like 17,900 and 18K, and I'm like, I
below the range. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, even one of my buddies, I said, man, I love you, but this is risky to long up here, and it was like 17.95 last night. So it's just risky. I don't know. I mean, I think stocks are more telling than crypto. Honestly, I think a lot of people aren't selling Bitcoin down here, and a lot of people, and then people just aren't buying it, right? So I think a lot of people.
But let me ask you. I want to hear what you have to say. But like, I feel like if you haven't sold, you kind of can't really sell here.
Right. You just buy more.
You could buy, but I feel like you're kind of late to sell.
Yeah, you just buy more if it goes lower at that point, right? I mean, it depends on where you bought. If you bought at 20K, maybe you could sell here. But if you bought at 40K, like, what's the point now?
Yeah, what's the point?
I think that's why we're going sideways. And I mean, there's just no trader volatility right now either.
There's not a lot of edge. I mean, are we going to go another like 100 days sideways from here? I mean, like, kill me.
That's what kind of concerns me too, is even like holding some of my shorts right now. I'm like, do I close them tomorrow if we drop? Because at what point do we just bounce back and just keep choppy ranging? But,
I mean, I don't know what this. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, well, we're still below the weekly EMA 8, so it's just a pretty clear downtrend. Daily chart, can it hold? Can it stair step and flip 17K into support? 17.4 or whatever. Or is it rising wedge? Is it just bare rectangle? Is it an up thrust? MA 50. Daily upper Bollinger Band. Like bulls have to, like, it's one of those things where like bulls have to make like a really good argument. Like bears don't have to do anything.
Right.
Do you see? What do you think about that? And I'm really glad to talk to you. But like, what do you think about the idea that someone put out a tweet, and I commented on it. They said, oh, unless we get another news event, X, Y, and Z, it's not going to go lower. But like, I think you actually need a news event to change the momentum. Like bears don't have to do anything, right? Because the trend is lower, right? The bulls need something to change the momentum. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think in 2018, what kind of news did we have at the bottom accumulation range? I don't know.
2018, yeah.
I mean, I agree with you, but what kind of news right now would change? Like, what kind of news would we need to change the trend to make it bullish? Because we need a lot.
We need something. This is do you feel like it's a pretty neat and orderly kind of a consolidating downtrend, which is like pretty scary, right? Like that's strong.
No, I agree with you. And I think, I mean, I see a lot more people bullish than bearish, honestly. And I see a lot of people, like I said, happily accumulating at these levels, which is totally fine. But they could panic pretty quickly if we just slice through down to, 10, 11K. I mean, that's a 30% drop.
It'd be really interesting to see what the market looks like if we're putting like a 9K handle, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's nerve wracking with just the whole everything globally, but I just personally think that stocks look like they have a lot further to go down than Bitcoin does. Like stocks look like Bitcoin did last year at the beginning of the year.
Are you talking about like weekly? Yeah, I mean, look at weekly. They're way like the SPY is way above the weekly 200, right? Like that's a lot of meat in the bone.
I mean, just look at the monthly though. I mean, we're getting these curving kind of top distributions on a lot of stocks, and they're breaking. A lot of them have just recently, within the last 3 to 4 months, broken downtrends and kind of done a dead cat bounce. So, I mean, we saw altcoins and Bitcoin do that 12 months ago.
That's the thing, you know, and that's what we've done. Like you think about what Bitcoin did, Gunnar, from like you know, like from February to April on the daily chart, and we had that beautiful bounce, and you know, rejected at the 200. You know, flipped the daily EMA 34. I don't know if you followed that, but you know, it established that nice multi-month range, broke it, rejected. All that just reset the RSI in like a larger time frame. It allows a large, you know, and move down.
Yeah. I mean, you pointed that out yesterday. That was a great mention on the oscillators with that balance.
It's a scary thing. It's like we get caught up. Like a bull flag can be beautiful. You know, it just take like a bull flag that takes some time can really shake you out. You know, you kind of test your bullish, you know, thesis, but now it can go a lot higher because it kind of churned and kind of rebalanced that kind of all the short-term speculators get out. You kind of reset the RSI, all that stuff. So, I mean, consolidation is not weakness, and that goes in. Consolidation is not weakness, and that goes in both directions, right? So it's not weakness in the bear trend; it's just consolidation. Then it continues. So man, I don't know, man. Like I just want to see a 10K daily range in Bitcoin.
God,
like you know, that'd be bottom. That's bottom candle, man. Right? Like 10K daily range, like up or down in some way.
I mean, that at least gets us back to 25 to 30K range for sure.
No. I'm saying it could drop. Well, okay, where were we at? 17.4. We could tomorrow go like a 13.4 to 20. You know, whatever 24.3 range. Just a 10K range.
Damn. You think we'd
like
that? I mean, damn. I mean, honestly, with how many people are eager to buy Bitcoin, if it dropped to 12K tomorrow and the buyback was quick, like if it buyback to 15K in 30 minutes, then we'd probably be above 20K 12 hours later.
That's it.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
That's it.
That makes
That's
sense.
it. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. You need that. Where is that? Give me something, you know?
But do people have funds on exchanges right now to even make that happen? Because if it doesn't happen, if we just see a weak reaction, then nobody's going to be rushing to put their funds back on exchanges anyway.
I would like the chance. I mean, a slow bleed, there's no chance. But a sharp drop, you have a chance for kind of that counter trend force to step in. And so, you know, my hope is that bulls would step in. We'll see. I mean, there's all these questions of can retail, you know, on ramp fiat, right, fast enough to take advantage of that? Like, who knows? I mean, that's a great question.
Yeah, no idea.
But I would just kind of leave it up to the kind of, you know, markets, the mechanics of the market to hopefully make it happen. I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely down in like my instant reversal zone that I posted, you know, with Fibonacci levels. So
what are those? That sounds like pasta? Fibonacci? Is that a type of pasta?
Yeah, it's Italian. It's actually all the Italians will buy Bitcoin if it goes that low.
Okay, good to know.
It's some old proverb or something.
Something like that. Exactly. I know what you mean, man. You want to shout out anything before we roll through here? Or?
No, man, it was nice chatting with you. Thanks for having me on. This is literally the first space I've ever, I think, even like been in. So
you're good at it. You should do it more.
Appreciate it. Maybe I'll make it work.
All right. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next time.
All right. See you.
Peace out. So my boy Gunnar, he's a good dude. Check him out. He's on. I follow him. He's a really smart dude. Check out what he does. Really solid. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. At Big Cheds. Check me out on YouTube at Cheds Trading. I'm trying to get Big Jonas up here to say something. Let's see if I can get him up here. Join. say something before I go by. I'm trying to get my buddy Big Jonas just to join the conversation. We'll see what happens. So go to my YouTube at Ched's Trading. I have a wonderful library I'd like for you to hopefully take advantage of. Check out. This is now part of the. This will be part of the Twitter Spaces playlist. I'll upload it at some point in the next week. By the way, I just did a debate with Crypto Cred, who's like a fantastic, just person in the space. And Al God on Crypto Cred's channel, does TA work. Check that out. I'm going to upload that. But check out my YouTube. Check out the Twitter Spaces playlist, the Trading Wisdom playlist. Check out all this stuff. I hope you enjoy it. And it's just fun to make. Check out Bitcoin Live, where I'm just been doing videos for more than almost 5 years with a wonderful team. I'm really proud to be part of that team. Check out my new book I just published, Trading Quotes. 365 quotes, one a day, all original work, my wisdom, my thoughts. Hopefully you enjoy it. Trading Wisdom's available. A lot of that, the free version on my YouTube channel. But anyway, I just enjoy the opportunity to just hit a few buttons on my phone and talk to you folks. It's been a wonderful conversation. I want to say thank you to everybody who stepped up and joined the conversation. And I just wish you well. I hope everybody, wish everybody the best of luck. And I will talk to you soon. Big Ched's out. Thanks for hanging, folks. That's the replay, episode 26. The Twitter Spaces playlist. I did one last night. It turned out to be, rather than like my normal Ask Me Anything, I did one last night. It turned out to be like a long, fundamental, like a kind of a macro type of discussion. So I'm going to upload that as well. I'm actually probably going to do some more of those macro conversations going forward, where I invite guests and kind of let them talk. So anyway, thank you for hanging out in the chat room. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Big Ched's out.